a plane crash, a fight for survival, and an unexpected love story in the middle of nowhere. Stranded in the freezing mountains, two strangers must depend on each other to stay alive. But as days turn into weeks, their bond deepens in ways they never imagined. It's no longer just about survival. Fate is leading them towards something deeper. Stay with us as we uncover this gripping tale of love, resilience, and destiny. The story begins with Alex, a beautiful and ambitious photojournalist. She's at the airport, anxiously waiting for her flight. Tomorrow is her wedding, and she needs to reach New York as soon as possible. At the same airport, we meet Ben, a skilled neurosurgeon. He's in a hurry as well. He has a critical surgery to perform in New York, but suddenly disaster strikes. A severe storm causes all flights to be canceled, leaving both Alex and Ben stranded. Frustrated and desperate, they start looking for alternatives. As they talk, they realize they share the same problem. Alex suggests hiring a private plane to get to New York in time. After some hesitation, Ben agrees. Soon, they find a private pilot, an experienced man in his 50s. He agrees to take them for $800. But there's one catch. He has a dog, and he refuses to leave it behind. After getting Alex and Ben's approval, he brings his dog along for the journey. Everything seems to be going smoothly. As the plane takes off, Alex and Ben feel relieved. For a moment, they even enjoy the flight. But then, the unthinkable happens. The pilot suddenly suffers a stroke mid-flight. His body stiffens, his breathing becomes ragged. Panic sets in. Alex and Ben try to help, but there's nothing they can do. The situation spirals out of control. To make things worse, the pilot never informed air traffic control about the flight. There's no way to call for help. The plane, now completely out of control, starts descending rapidly. Realizing the danger, Alex and Ben brace themselves. They grab their seatbelts, their hearts pounding. And then, the small aircraft slams into the icy peak of a mountain, disappearing into the wilderness. The plane crashes. Miraculously, Ben, Alex, and the pilot's dog survive. But the pilot loses his life. Alex is badly injured. Her leg is bleeding, and she loses consciousness. Sometime later, Ben regains consciousness. He slowly gets up and steps out of the wreckage. He looks around and calls for help. But there is nothing, only endless snow-covered mountains. No houses, no people, just silence. Realizing they are completely stranded, Ben walks back to the pilot. The pilot is lifeless. Ben buries his body in the snow. Then he checks on Alex. She's still unconscious. Ben treats her wounds and wraps her injured knee. As night falls, the freezing cold becomes unbearable. To survive, Ben gathers debris from the wreckage and starts a fire, struggling to keep warm. The next morning, Ben spots a plane flying overhead. His heart races. This could be their only chance. He quickly grabs a flare gun and fires it into the sky. But the plane flies past. No one sees him. Ben feels hopeless. Just then, he hears a faint sound. Alex is awake. Ben looks at her and tells her what happened. They are trapped in the middle of nowhere, and escaping will not be easy. Hearing all this, Alex feels devastated. She thinks about her fiancé, who must be waiting for her, unaware of what has happened. Neither Ben nor Alex had told anyone that they were traveling by private plane. Ben looks at her and says, "We have no one here. Your phone is broken, and mine has no signal." Still, he remains hopeful. He believes that someone will come looking for them. But Alex isn't convinced. She knows they don't have enough food or water to survive for long. Sitting here, waiting, isn't an option. She insists, "We need to move. We need to go find help." Ben, however, warns her. If they wander into the freezing cold, their bodies will give up before they find anything. He believes it's safer to stay near the wreckage and wait for rescue. But there's one big problem. The pilot never informed anyone about the flight. No one knows where they are. Rescue might never come. For now, Alex decides to listen to Ben and stay. Days pass. Their condition worsens. Their food supply is running low. They ration what little they have, but survival is getting harder with each passing day. Alex tells Ben, We can't just sit here and wait. We have to get out of here. Ben finally agrees. They need to find help. Since Alex's leg is still injured, Ben decides to go alone. He tells her to stay back and wait for him. He sets off, climbing the frozen mountains, pushing forward through the icy terrain. Hours pass, but there's nothing. Just endless snow and silence. Exhausted, Ben turns back, but as he makes his way down, his foot slips. He loses balance, falling fast, tumbling down the slope. Just as he's about to plunge into a deep ravine, he crashes onto a large rock, stopping his fall. If not for that rock, he would have fallen his death. Back at the wreckage, Alex looks through Ben's belongings. She finds his phone. Although there's no signal, she discovers a voice recording, a message from his wife. As she listens, something moves in the distance. A shadow, a leopard. The pilot's dog starts barking furiously. The animal growls, stepping closer. The dog charges at the leopard, trying to protect Alex. But in an instant, the leopard attacks, slashing the dog with its claws. Alex freezes in fear. The leopard locks eyes with her. It's about to strike. Thinking fast, Alex grabs the flare gun. She fires. The leopard lets out a painful roar. Wounded, it stumbles away into the snow. Moments later, it collapses, dead. After some time, Ben returns to Alex. She tells him about the leopard attack. The dog is badly injured. Ben carefully treats its wounds. Then, he tells Alex about his journey. He wandered through the mountains for hours, but there was no sign of a road, no houses, nothing. Later, Ben steps outside the wreckage and sees the dead leopard. He brings it back and starts a fire using the stove from the plane. With no other choice, they cook the meat and eat it. For the first time in days, they have a proper meal. It gives them some strength, but their situation remains the same. Alex insists that they need to head down the mountain to find cell signal. But Ben disagrees. Leaving is too dangerous. He believes that staying near the wreckage is their best chance. Someone must have noticed the plane crash by now. But Alex isn't convinced. Frustration builds. They argue. That night, they fall asleep in silence. The next morning, while Ben is still asleep, Alex makes a decision. She quietly leaves with the dog. She can't stay here any longer. When Ben wakes up, he finds a note. Alex writes that she's heading out to find help. If she reaches someone, she will send rescue. Worried, Ben quickly packs his things. He knows Alex's injury hasn't fully healed. She won't make it alone. Determined, he follows her footprints in the snow. Soon, he finds her. They are both relieved to see each other. But Ben notices Alex is struggling to breathe. The extreme cold is taking a toll on her. Ben helps her, making sure she's stable. They continue moving forward. Soon, they find a cave. They stop there for the night, building a fire to keep warm. Sitting near the flames, they try to recover from the exhaustion. Slowly, they drift off to sleep. The next day, Ben and Alex continue their journey. At one point, Alex stops to take some photos. As she looks through her camera, she notices something shining behind the mountains. Excited, she tells Ben. With renewed hope, they change direction and head toward the light. They walk for hours, pushing through the icy terrain. But soon, their path is blocked by a river. The freezing water is too deep, too dangerous to cross. They stand there, frustrated. There's no way forward. For the first time, hopelessness sets in. Maybe this is where it ends. Exhausted, they start searching for a place to rest. But their bodies are too weak to go any further. They collapse in the snow. Ben, realizing their fate, looks at Alex and says, "Take my picture. I want one last photo before I die." But Alex refuses. She still believes they will survive. Suddenly, they realize something. The dog is missing. Ben follows its paw prints in the snow. Then he sees it. A house. It's small and abandoned, but it's shelter. Hope flickers inside him. He rushes back to tell Alex. But then disaster strikes. She's standing on thin ice. Before he can warn her, the ice cracks beneath her feet. In an instant, Alex plunges into the freezing water. Ben sprints toward her. Without hesitation, he reaches in and pulls her out. But Alex isn't moving. Her body is ice cold. She's unconscious. Her breathing is faint. Ben carries her to the abandoned house. Inside, He starts a fire and does everything he can to keep her warm. But Alex's body is severely dehydrated and weak. Ben watches over her, praying she survives the night. For days, Ben takes care of Alex. Finally, she regains consciousness. Seeing her awake, Ben smiles with relief and hugs her. Alex is deeply moved. Ben never left her side. He could have abandoned her, but he didn't. Even in the worst moments, he stayed. After surviving together for so long, something has changed between them. They feel drawn to each other, but neither of them speaks about it. One day, while searching the house, Ben finds a pack of noodles. For the first time in days, they have a proper meal. They decide to stay in the house until Alex fully recovers. Days pass. One afternoon, Ben steps outside to cut firewood. Inside, Alex looks through his belongings. She finds his phone and listens to an old voice recording. It's from his wife. Just then, Ben returns. He sees Alex listening and immediately gets angry. Alex apologizes. She tells him, "We might die here. I just want to know more about you." Ben hesitates. Then, with a heavy heart, he finally speaks. The recording was from his wife. She died 2 years ago from a brain tumor. As he says this, his voice breaks. The pain is still there. Overwhelmed, Ben turns to leave. But Alex stops him. Without thinking, she pulls him into a hug. After everything they've been through together, a bond has formed. Ben and Alex look at each other. Slowly, they move toward the bed. As Ben falls asleep, Alex quietly takes a picture of him. The next morning, Alex tells Ben that he should go alone to find help. If she comes with him, she won't be able to walk far. Ben refuses. He doesn't want to leave her behind. But after Alex insists, he finally agrees. However, as soon as he starts walking, guilt takes over. He can't abandon her. Without hesitation, he turns back. They decide to leave together. As they descend the mountain, Alex grows weaker. Ben still refuses to leave her behind. Instead, he builds a wooden stretcher and pulls her along. The dog follows closely behind. As they continue forward, a snowstorm hits. The icy wind is unbearable. They take shelter near a forest and try to rest. Suddenly, the dog wakes Ben up. Ben looks ahead and sees a wooden yard. Overwhelmed with relief, he wakes Alex. They gather all their strength and try to reach it, but their bodies are too weak. As they push forward, disaster strikes. Ben's foot gets caught in a bear trap. Alex rushes to free him, but the metal is too tight. Ben tells her to go ahead and find help. Alex hesitates, but knows there's no choice. She keeps moving. Finally, she reaches the wooden yard. Inside, she finds a truck driver. Breathless, she begs for help. The driver rushes back with her and rescues Ben. They are taken to the hospital. When Ben wakes up, he immediately goes to Alex's room. She looks at him and says, "I survived because of you." As they talk, Alex's fiancée walks in. He thanks Ben for saving her life. Ben nods but replies, "If Alex hadn't been with me, I wouldn't have made it either." At that moment, Ben realizes it's time to say goodbye. His heart aches as he quietly leaves the room. After they are discharged, Ben and Alex go their separate ways. Ben keeps the dog and throws himself into work. Alex stays with her fiancé, but deep down, they can't forget each other. Alex tries calling Ben multiple times, but he ignores her calls. One day, Alex sends him the picture she took while he was sleeping. Along with it, she writes, "You're the only one who truly understands me." Ben had convinced himself that Alex had moved on, but after reading her message, he can't hold back anymore. He finally calls her. They decide to meet. At a New York restaurant, they sit across from each other. Alex asks, "Why didn't you answer my calls?" Ben sighs, "Because I thought you got married. I didn't want to interfere in your life." Alex shakes her head. "I never got married. I broke up with him because I fell in love with you." Outside the restaurant, Ben finally confesses his feelings. He tells her, "We survived because we fell in love." They embrace. After everything they've been through, they finally found their way back to each other. And with that, the movie ends. What do you think? Did Alex make the right decision by walking away from her engagement? If you were in her place, what would you do? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this explanation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video. Until then, take care.